women shouldn't be told how they should dress or who they should be. They should be celebrated for who they already are. And that's why I created Svaha.
Hey guys, welcome back to GlowTalks. Thanks for being here today with me in the studio. I have an amazing guest today. Her name is Jaya Iyer. She is the founder of a fashion boutique online store and more called Svaha USA. She has an inspirational story I can't wait to share. And thank you, Jaya, for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So now, let's start by telling our viewers a little bit more about your starting this fashion brand. I understand that your brand combines STEM and fashion.
That's right.
And you're, using very colorful and meaningful designs to help promote like women and children. Primarily, right?
Yes.
Women's and children's clothes. So yeah, I'm excited to hear.
All right. So my background is in fashion merchandising. I actually have a PhD in fashion merchandising, and I used to teach fashion buying at...
Oh yeah, you just mentioned.
At Marymount University. So when I was doing that, and then I had kids, and it was very difficult for me because my husband was traveling for work. So it was very difficult for me to be teaching and managing my kids at the same time. So I decided I was going to take a break from academia and do something related to fashion buying. So I actually joined a online clothing retailer, not clothing actually, online geeky retailer called ThinkGeek, which was based out of Fairfax. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but I worked there, and then again I started feeling really bad about being away from my children. So I decided I was going to just take some time off and be with my kids when they were little. And this is when, we live very close to the Air and Space Museum. So I started taking my kids there twice a week because it was a great place for them to run around, and they loved airplanes. My son decided he was going to be a fighter pilot because my father-in-law was a fighter pilot. And my daughter decided, after looking at the space shuttle, that she was going to be an astronaut. And they both only wanted to wear clothes that had designs based on either fighter jets or space themed for my daughter. For my son, I was able to find them easily, but for my daughter, I couldn't because they were only in the boys department. I couldn't find anything space related in girls, but she was 2.5. So she didn't care. I just bought her some of the boys' shirts, but I bought them online. But imagine if I had to take her to a store and then buy her clothes from the boys department, because it's quite clear, right, in the store. And I said that as a mother, it just made me not feel good. I'm like, what am I telling my daughter, that being an astronaut is only for boys and not for girls? And that is what made me think, okay, I have to do something. Because my background is in this field. Right. I said, I'm going to do something. I'm sure there are more people feeling this way. And so I found a designer who was going to sketch out my ideas, and I made 5 t-shirts. I launched a Kickstarter campaign because Kickstarter campaign is a great way to know whether there's going to be a demand for what your idea is.
It's like
in
a trial.
The market. It's like a trial because you don't have to produce anything until you get paid. They pay you first and then you manufacture. So,
I mean, I know a lot of kids, and we have a young demographic watching our show that, they have ideas for designs for hats or, specialty products or merch, whatever. Yeah. So Kickstarter.
Yes, it's a perfect way to start a business because all you need is an idea.
Yep.
And if you feel that, hey, I mean, I like this, but it's not necessary that everybody else will like it, right? So why launch a huge business, invest so much money, and then find out nobody else wants it? So Kickstarter is a great way to do that because I think I spent $500 because I had to pay the designer, get the t-shirts printed, and find a photographer who was actually a friend of mine, so she did it for free, and then get some models, take some pictures, and that's it, and I put it on Kickstarter. And there were so many people who reached out to me saying that, oh my God, why hasn't somebody done this before? And the Kickstarter got funded. And that was a great nod for like, yes, there are more people missing this. So I made things like a girl in a firefighter outfit, just like things that you would not see normally for girls.
Right.
And then that's how the business was launched.
Well, I love that because I do always like to advocate for women, but also for the younger generation, just because you're a girl doesn't mean like that you can't do all the same things.
Exactly.
And I mean, look, like it's a tough, like that's a whole can of worms, right? But I love that you saw the need and were able to kind of just say, hey, I'm still going to be home with my kids, run my own show, but do this little thing on the side and let's see what happens.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, were you scared? Like, were you nervous about it?
The thing is, I think that the nervousness part comes when you're investing thousands and thousands of dollars because then you're scared, what if it fails? But for me, this was like $500. It was worth taking a risk.
As an artist, I feel too that when we come up with creations, sometimes there's the pressure of like, oh, are people going to like it?
Yeah.
So.
I mean, because if you have an idea, you want it to be successful, right? Like you don't want it to not be successful. And then, but the thing is, I feel like there is some amount of luck, right? Because when I was doing this was when this whole movement of girls in STEM, women in STEM, all of that started. And I think my timing was just perfect. And the thing is, there were other companies that also started around the same time that I did, but I think I also had the right combination of my background, my experience as a buyer here, and me being from India, having the contacts of factories back there.
Okay.
So I was able to manufacture in India because India is known for its cotton, and I only use organic cotton fabric in everything that I make. So I think I had like the perfect combination of everything, and that's what helped me make this business.
You said luck, but I don't think that's luck. I think it's a recipe for success.
Yeah.
Right. But hey, you know what? Like, it did take you to look at all these different facets and be like, okay, this is what I stand for. This is what I want. These are the resources I have, and let's just go do it. Yeah. So moving forward, after the Kickstarter, you were able to then start producing in larger quantities and probably more ideas. Yeah. Talk to me a little bit about that.
The way the Kickstarter works is that after it's successful, so you have to say, I want to raise $25,000. And people pay and they buy the t-shirt from you basically, but they pay you in advance. So then Kickstarter, after the campaign is over, it takes about a month and they give you the money. Then you are given 60 days before you have to ship out the products. So I have 60 days and I have this money. So then I placed an order in a factory in India and I ordered extra than what I had gotten an orders for. And so then that way when they came, I was continuing to sell the same prints to more people who had missed out on the Kickstarter and now had heard about it. And so then I earned extra money and then I reinvested. So no point I had to invest more of my money. I just let the business fund itself.
Yeah.
And that's how I did. So, and then we started with t-shirts. Then we started making kids' dresses. So I did that for 1 year. Sometime in that year, I started having parents of these kids reach out to me saying, I want to match with my daughter. Or saying that growing up as a kid, I loved dinosaurs and I wanted a dress with dinosaurs, but I could never find one. And now you're making it for girls. Why aren't you making it for women? Because I want to wear a dinosaur dress. So I was like, how is this even possible? Like, why do women want to wear clothes? Because for me, I thought women don't want to wear clothes like that. They want to not stand out or, And then there were women who were saying that, being Miss Frizzle has been my lifelong dream. And your clothes remind me of, from the Magic School Bus. Yeah.
Of course.
So there are these women. I'm a science teacher. I would love to wear a dress with science experiment when I'm teaching because my kids will then know how passionate I am about my subject. And then I was like, okay, there has
When
to
I'm
be.
sure being a teacher, you were like, okay, that really resonates.
Yeah.
right?
So, and then I said, you know what? I have to give this a try. So by then, I had a factory set up and everything. So I said, let's just make 5 dresses with a science print, a technology print, like STEAM. So we do art also.
Yeah.
So science, technology, engineering, art, and math. So we made 5 dresses, and I did another Kickstarter campaign. I said, let me see, because I don't want 5 people to be interested.
Right.
And because dresses are more expensive to manufacture, and there are more sizes to make for women, right?
Yeah.
So I did a Kickstarter. It got funded in 2 days.
Oh my gosh.
And I got double of what I wanted to make on that campaign. So
yeah.
I knew, okay, this is
it.
it, right? Like it is.
Wow.
So
What a confirmation
Yes.
from above, right?
So I started making the women's dresses, and that basically took the business to another level. And I made sure that I made organic cotton dresses. I made sure that they were knitted fabric, which means they can be washed. They're very low maintenance. They can be
Right.
washed, dried in a regular washing machine, and they all have pockets. And they have
we need our pockets.
Yes, they all have beautiful prints that people can talk about, and size inclusive. So I make sure that every dress goes from extra small to 5XL.
Okay.
So we don't call them plus sizes.
Right.
These are just sizes. So we are all about making women feel that I'm not a plus size woman.
Right.
I'm just a woman who wears size 4XL or 5. It's I'm just normalizing that whole conversation. So, and everyone just loved it. And so we now have a community where they're like our biggest supporters and brand ambassadors, as you can call them, who love what we make.
That's amazing.
And every day, I get messages from customers saying that your clothes have made such a big difference in my life.
Oh my gosh, what a blessing to hear
It just feels
feedback.
amazing. It just makes me feel like the business has a purpose, which just makes you wake up. No day I wake up and I feel like, oh God, I have to do this work. Never, because I absolutely love doing this because of.
How do you think this has impacted your kids? I mean, are they involved and you kind of share like as you go along?
Yeah, they
I know
see
how
me.
teenagers are, but
The thing is that my goal of starting this business was to spend more time with my kids. Okay, I still do that. My life revolves around, till they go to school, I'm not working. And then after they go to school, I start working. And then when they come back from school, if they need me, I'm there. They do not ever come back to an empty house. I'm always there. So sometimes when they ask me for things, I have to tell them that, I work, right? Like,
Yeah.
because just because you see me all the time doesn't mean I'm not working.
it's not just magically happening on its own. I have had to say the
So
same
sometimes
thing
I
to
tell
my
them
kids.
that, this, I have paid for these things.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I'm earning.
No, it's a good reminder. Well, and like you want them to see that, hey,
Yeah.
if you have a dream,
Yeah.
just go for it, right? And I don't know, like, yeah, it does take hard work. Which maybe they don't see all of that's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But so for those of you watching, I'm sorry the listeners don't have the privilege of seeing it, but you can check out our YouTube page. We are going to do a little bit of show and tell with Jaya here to see some of your pieces. I love this. It's so cute. So this is your best-selling design?
Yeah, it's one of our bestsellers. Basically, this is people love cats
I know.
a lot. So this is supposed to be our underwater world kind of theme. So it has all the sea creatures
yeah.
like fish, all of these
Sea
here.
rays, stingrays,
Turtles,
fish.
And so this is
the
supposed to be
cats.
a cat that is doing some deep sea diving.
I love it. Well, and here the pocket design.
Yeah, the pockets,
The-
and it's
the
not
cotton
just
is
pockets.
very
Look at how
soft.
deep the pocket is.
Oh,
like
yeah.
literally,
You can fit your whole phone in there.
yeah, a whole water bottle. So,
Yeah, Lord knows as a mom how much
Yeah.
stuff I have to carry up and down the steps, and I don't have enough hands.
Yep. And the thing is also we never have any tags.
Okay.
So they're not they're supposed to be very sensory friendly too.
Okay.
And we don't have any fasteners. So you can
Okay.
just pull it over your.
Yeah.
So there's so many things like
So
that
comfortable.
customers like. And this is organic cotton. You can
Okay.
see how comfortable.
I love it. I just love how whimsical it is. It's very pretty.
And how many ever washes, it's going to look the same.
It's going to
so,
stay. So then most meaningful design.
So this one is our, we every year we launch something for Pride Month. And so these are actually all Pride flags that represent different communities within the Pride group.
Yes.
So that's what this design represents. And these are palazzo pants, like a lot of people really like it.
Soft. And just flowy, and I love how,
Yeah, so this
that
is
it's
like
open in the
obviously,
bottom.
and every year we do this. We always donate money to the Trevor Foundation. So this is something that we do every year. We come up with one new design for Pride Month, and we make it on a dress, on palazzo, and because so many people have different, like not everybody wears a dress, right? So, but they still want to wear a Pride design.
Yeah,
This
I
is for
love
them.
that. Okay, and so then customer favorites, you have a couple here.
Yes. So this one, I think we've been selling for past 2 years, and it's still our best seller because people love dragons.
That's so cute.
So, people who are, especially like, I think, very geeky people who love mystery and, fantasy and things like that. And so we have so many dragon designs, people still ask for more. So,
That's so cute.
This is our skater dress.
Because it's a little shorter.
Yeah, it's a shorter dress. We also have petites. This year was when we started petites because we got so many requests for it. And this one is Birds of North America.
This I really love.
So this one has like, this is just a
I like the little
style.
ruffle and that each bird,
the name is written.
The name of the bird is written next to it.
So it's for someone
So this is
who's
a teaching,
ornithology.
this is a teaching tool.
Yes, for sure. Or just somebody who loves birds. That's
and
me.
I like the ruched.
Yeah, so it
look.
fits. It's very
Comfortable,
flattering.
but then it also flatters. Yes.
So
that's so cute.
So we tried to make like different styles, and so this is one of those.
And this is more of the stem.
Space. Yeah. So we have
space.
like this actually was one of our designs that we had launched in 2017.
Okay.
And we got so many requests to bring it back. And so we launched it again this year.
Wow.
So this is basically Apollo space module. It's the blueprint of it, which shows all the different parts. And
that is really fun. I mean, I can imagine if you're a science teacher, or you're, walking around NASA.
Yes, there is actually, we have some customers who work in the JPL, the Jet Propulsion Lab here in Maryland, and they love wearing this.
Yeah.
And we constantly get all space nerds really
so
geeking
fun.
out about this.
I mean, if you could pick one that you would say would be representative of Svaha, what would you say?
So we have a constellation dress that we launched during our Kickstarter campaign.
Okay.
So in 2006, it is still among our bestsellers.
Wow. So 10 years later.
It still is our bestseller. And we only launched it as a dress. Now we have it on everything that you can think
Pants
of. Pajamas, lounge pants, skirts, tops, everything.
Yeah.
And people still can't get enough of it because it glows in the dark.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's fancy. I wasn't expecting that one. All right.
So we sometimes use
glow in the
inks.
dark pajamas. You know where to find them. I love that. So, I mean, we talked a little bit about, for instance, even the teachers buying the clothes, and that you have, a way that women can order clothing and not feel like they're in XL and, whatever. I know there's such an emotional piece to that. Let's elaborate a little bit more on that.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes people, especially women who are larger sized, they feel like the clothes are not made to fit them well.
Right.
And they feel like they're not seen by the fashion world, right? So they say, you want us to go to a specific store to buy clothes because we are not normal, right? So I think that is just something that is not okay. No human being should be made to feel that, they're not normal. And I feel like clothing industry does that way too much.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to. So for me, I feel like when I say that my brand is to break gender stereotypes, I feel like I shouldn't even say gender stereotypes. I think I want to break all stereotypes. I am...
Just be who you are.
Yeah, exactly. I think clothes should make you feel good. And it shouldn't be... you have to dress a certain way to look good. No.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you are wearing something that makes you feel happy, you will look good because you will carry
your
that
energy
confidence.
will like exude
Yeah.
from that. And
Yeah.
we talk a lot about that in ballroom dance, for instance. I mean, I could be like recently, after going through like the grieving process, I picked up maybe 20, 25 pounds, and I still wanted to compete in ballroom. But just because I'm 25 pounds heavier doesn't mean that I don't like deserve to wear a dress that I'm going to feel comfortable and confident on the stage, or that I shouldn't be dancing. I mean,
Exactly.
So
you should do what you want to do.
Exactly. And the better I felt and the more comfortable in my dress, I feel the better I was actually performing on the stage.
Yeah. I mean, I have a lady who regularly, she wears, I think, 3XL or 4XL. Actually, one of my staff, she wears a 3XL dress, and every time she wears a dress and does a post about it, that dress sells out. Because people love seeing how confident she is in that dress, and they're like, okay, look at how happy she's feeling, why can't I feel like that? So I'm going to wear this dress and feel happy. So I feel like so that's what we try to tell our customers, just be you, wear clothes that make you feel good. And we have customers who tell us, oh, my entire wardrobe is Svaha now, because once I have worn a Svaha dress, I cannot feel comfortable in anything else.
Yeah.
So because like somebody said that one day I wore another dress and it didn't have pockets, and the whole day I was irritated because I didn't have a place to put my watch, my phone and my keys, and I kept losing it all day long.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, so functionality is also key.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's so exciting. Now, I understand you were a professor teaching fashion design.
Yeah.
What was that stage of your life like?
So I moved to this country in 2001, and I was a student. I came here as a student to do my master's in fashion merchandising. I went to University of Georgia, and while I was there, I mean, obviously, I couldn't afford to pay the tuition, and also I had applied for some kind of scholarship or assistantship, and I got a teaching assistantship.
Okay.
So that required me to teach undergraduate classes while I was also studying.
Going to school.
Yeah. So, and that paid for my for me to live, because I don't come from a wealthy family who could pay for everything. So, and while I was doing that, I started really loving it. And I was like, I never thought of academia as a career.
Okay.
So then after I finished my master's, I was like, I have to get a PhD because I want to teach. So I went to Iowa State University to do my PhD. And right after that, my first job was at Marymount. And I absolutely loved teaching. Because I feel like and the thing is, I feel like because I had the industry experience, I had worked as a buyer in India. I feel like teaching, when you have the experience that you can talk about, it makes a huge difference to the students, because you're actually giving them real life examples of. I used to teach global.
Like, how is this applicable?
Yeah, global issues. Like, I was teaching what it takes to import something from a foreign country and what are the problems you can have, because I used to actually do that. So I really enjoyed it, but I just did not go with my life because of.
After having kids, like,
and my husband's job.
Yeah. No, I understand that completely. But I think that was like a catalyst almost, right? Of you kind of even having the idea or like the thoughts about the clothes, considering your kids were, young and having this missing piece of finding the right costumes for your daughter.
Right. If my daughter hadn't decided that she wanted to be an astronaut, Svaha wouldn't have existed. That's why the company is named after her.
Oh, that's her name.
Yeah, that's her name.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love that. Oh my gosh. Well, I know that you're having such a huge impact, and probably it's hard to tell, right? But it sounds like you get a lot of good feedback from your clients.
Oh, yeah.
And is all of your business pretty much online? And do you have assistance in that? Like, how are you running the commerce, the e-commerce side?
It's all online only. We are not in any other shops or anything, because we that would require a whole lot of, I don't ever want to do brick and mortar stores. Yeah. Online is easier because we ship all over the world, actually. I don't have just US customers. We have customers in Australia, Japan, New Zealand, Singapore, everywhere. Wow. So we are on Shopify, which is a platform on which the website is hosted. And we use a lot of different apps that help us, different things like managing returns, managing customer service,
Okay.
and so all of that. But the thing is, we have our own warehouse. We like to do our own shipping.
Okay.
So we don't use the 3PL fulfillment because I like to have the control.
Yeah.
So I bought my own warehouse 2 years ago, but we have already outgrown it. So I'm getting another one this year.
Wow.
So it's great for it's doing well. So I have a whole warehouse staff, and then I have but it's not a very big company still. Like, we still are a small company. We still do everything ourselves.
But it gives a personal touch.
Yes, it definitely does. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Like, people know the name of the customer service person, right? They'll say, so there is we have a fan page on Facebook. It's created by them, and it's it's a buy sell trade group. So it's got about 5,000 people that are all our customers.
Yeah.
And they'll just write to the marketing person, write to Nikki, she'll take care of this thing, and write to Erin, who's our customer service person.
Okay.
And people just know everybody by name. Like, that's how connected we are. Yeah. And all the designs that you see on my website are all the ideas that come from my customers. See, because I'm not a science person. Like, I don't teach science, nor do I know anything much about it.
And it's evolving so fast.
Exactly.
Right?
Even if I have to make a design about math, you cannot make mistakes, right? Because it has to be technically correct.
Precise.
Yeah. So
I know how mathematicians are.
And imagine, my customers are teachers.
Yeah.
So they will catch a mistake, right?
That's so funny.
So a lot, and we have had those issues too. We have made a design and only found out that there was one tiny error that a customer caught. And so we do get ideas from our customers. And a lot of times when I make the design, I make sure I post it on the group page and ask them, can you please make sure there's no mistake in this print before I send it for manufacturing?
Yeah.
And those kind of things happen. But it's amazing that my customers are always sending us design ideas because they know that we listen and that we actually make the designs that they ask for.
Yeah, that's great.
So,
it's like a collaboration.
Exactly.
For
because
all.
then they are invested too, right? They are like, I asked for this design and you made it happen.
Yeah. We have a lot of viewers who are younger. Maybe they're either starting over or starting a business. Is there any advice that you would give our viewers about getting started in this industry or in something like this that's more creative work to start?
Yeah. So I feel like it's so much easier today because of there are so many, for example, when I was starting out, I was first step, right? I had an idea. So if you have an idea, the difference between someone who starts a business versus who doesn't is that someone who takes the next step, right? Because my kids come up with ideas every day. They're like, I wish this was there and I wish that was there. I was like, don't wish. Why don't you do it if it's not there, right? So Shark Tank is what I like them to watch all the time.
Because my kids, we always had Shark Tank running on in the background.
Yeah, so my kids, I make them watch it and I'm like, see, little kids to really old people, everybody's coming up with ideas and doing something about it. So I think first thing is when you have an idea, act on it. Not just having an idea is not good enough. It's easy today because there are so many resources where you can find designers or for example, when I'm looking for a design, sometimes I cannot find it. I just go to Instagram and I search for create artists. And people who are artists will hashtag that in their bio. So you can easily reach out to them.
Yeah.
Right? So you can find an artist easily. There is even an app called Fiverr.
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 Yeah, I've used Fiverr too.
Yeah. You can literally find anybody who can design your website, to design the product, to write the copy for you. Yeah. And now with ChatGPT, you don't even really need to do much of that work, right? Everything is easy. So I feel like
delegation.
What is important is to have the motivation to take that next step. And once you are ready to take that next step, you can easily do something like Kickstarter if you don't have the resources, right? And you can easily find all kinds of people to help you. You just have to be motivated to do that. And then sky is the limit. Just hard work. I went to airport cargo where I was asked, Madam, send your driver to pick up the boxes. And I was like, it's me. give me the boxes. I put them in my car and I took them to my basement, which is where we shipped the first orders from. So I don't think you can ever say that no job is beneath you when you are starting off.
Yeah.
You have to
As
do
an entrepreneur.
everything. Yeah. I've gone to the post office to drop off packages. I've lifted boxes and had my arms and shoulders and everything hurting by the end of the day. But, you just have to be willing to do that.
Yeah.
There'll be a
Well, like
time.
believing in yourself and
Exactly.
your idea and
Yeah.
the passion behind it
Yeah.
will fuel like taking that next step and the next step.
Exactly.
And you don't have to think 10 steps ahead, right?
Yeah.
The goal is just start somewhere.
Yeah. I think passion is very important. If many people just give up very easily because I think attention span also has gotten so short for people that it's like this is my 11th year of business. The first 6 years, it was very slow because I had a lot of family challenges because of which I couldn't give my 100% to the business. But in the last few years, I have given my 100% to the business and I have seen it take off. But I could have given up at so many times when COVID hit, right?
I was going to ask you about that.
It was hard, but we just did everything we possibly could. We started offering different categories of products from places that were still open, and we started sourcing face masks, and we actually donated 35,000 face masks to hospitals because they were all out. And I had a supplier through my connections in China, and we just did that. So I think the customers really see us as people who care.
Yeah.
Right. And so they always want to support us. And I feel like as a business, you have to connect with your customers. And if the connect is there, they treat you like you are part of their inner
world.
circle.
Yeah, exactly.
And as soon as you're able to do something like that, then it's great.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah. So, did you notice anything specific during coronavirus for aside from, and I would rather even ask, I know you're giving back in so many other ways, not just the PPE or face masks during coronavirus. How are you?
So we constantly try to collaborate with different people. For example, I was just telling you during Pride Month, we donate to Trevor Foundation. We have donated a lot of times for cancer research because it's something I'm very passionate about. And then we recently, I was just telling you about that, there is a Salt Lake Institute where they do research to study the brine shrimp in the Salt Lake because they're all dying because of environmental factors. So we created a print with the brine shrimp on it, and we are now donating the proceeds from that sale of that particular print things towards that, so that they can raise awareness and the importance of brine shrimp for them to survive.
Yeah, in the ecosystem.
And the impact it would have on the ecosystem if the brine shrimp were to disappear, because migratory birds won't have food to eat, and there's just so much that feeds on the brine shrimp in the lake itself that it is very important for them to survive.
Wow.
So I feel like doing things like this also makes my customers feel that we care. And we're not doing this, it is more work for me to do these collaborations,
sure.
But I really genuinely want to do it. And that's why it actually makes me feel very happy when I'm able to do it. Yeah. So, but it also makes my customers feel good about it. So it's kind of like win-win situation.
Yeah, it's a win-win for everyone. That's amazing. Well, what an inspirational story you have. I do have a little fun game that we like to play.
Okay.
It's called ping pong questions. It's just rapid fire questions.
Okay.
So just so we can get to know you a little more personally.
Sure.
All right. So let's start. Science or art?
I think it's very difficult for me to answer that because I feel that both of them go along together, because science, there would be no science without art.
Yeah.
Right? Because everything in science involves art.
I agree.
I think art is actually a part of everything. So if I had to pick one, I would pick art, but I feel like you cannot separate the two.
Okay, I like it. Let's see, bold colors or neutral colors?
Bold.
Bold.
Yep.
Favorite STEM subject growing up?
Space.
Okay.
Everything to do with space.
Wow. Okay, that's cool. One word that describes Svaha.
Oh my God, that's a difficult question. I would say that.
I know it's named after your daughter.
Yes. So I would say one word is steam. I don't know. Steam is not one word, I know, but that's my way of getting 5 words. I know inclusivity, gender, shattering gender stereotypes. So many different words like that come to my mind. But
I love that.
I think more about a company that cares.
Yeah.
In so many ways.
Yeah, I love that. Okay. Would you choose confidence or comfort?
I think comfort brings confidence. So comfort.
Okay. I like that. And if your brand had a feeling, what would it be?
Love.
Oh, I love that. Okay. Well, that's for sure. Jaya, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your time and sharing your inspirational story. I know my viewers are going to love this episode. And where can they find you online? Do you have Instagram, TikTok?
Yeah. Thank you, first of all, for having me. My website is svahausa.com, SVAHA, USA.com. On Instagram, the handle is the same, @Svaha USA, and same with Facebook and TikTok and all the other channels on Pinterest.
Okay, wonderful. And just, you guys heard it. You can just head online and order everything there. They'll ship to you directly.
Yeah.
Which is great. So thank you for that. And thank you guys for being here with us today. I hope that this message inspired you. And if you know anyone who would love to see the episode or listen to it, you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Please like, share, subscribe, share with your friends. We're here to inspire and be inspired as always. And thank you again for being here today.
Thank you.